The first time it happened, he thought it was allergies. The second time, maybe a rough morning. But by the third morning, when the same soft whimpering drifted from the back seat, bus driver Raymond Carter knew something was wrong. The girl, small, pale, with quiet eyes and a backpack too big for a frail frame, sat alone, shoulders tremoring. She never spoke. She never looked at anyone. She only cried. Her name was Lily Barrett, 11 years old, new to the route. According to the school file, she lived with her mother and stepfather. Nothing unusual, at least on paper, but something about the way she flinched when someone walked past her. It felt heavier than simple shyness. It felt trained. And then, on Thursday morning, after the final stop, Raymond walked down the aisle to check for forgotten jackets and trash and froze. Under Lily's seat, taped to the metal frame, was a small folded paper. Thick, messy handwriting covered the inside. Don't tell. He watches. His heart slammed against his ribs. This wasn't random graffiti. This was a message. A warning. Or a plea. That night, Raymond couldn't sleep. He kept replaying her hunched posture, her silent tears, the way she avoided eye contact, as if speaking truth could cost her something too big to gamble. The next morning, Lily boarded trembling. Her wrist bore a red mark, round, harsh, like a burn. Raymond pretended not to notice, but his knuckles tightened on the steering wheel. At drop-off, Lily hesitated. Thank you, she whispered, then scurried away. A voice called after her. A man, mid-40s, hard jaw, dark eyes, the stepfather. Lily, he snapped, grabbing her arm just a little too tight. Raymond's stomach turned. That same day, after the route, Raymond checked the seat again. Another note. Help me, please. He took it straight to the school counselor, expecting concern, urgency, something. But the counselor smiled politely and said, children that age dramatize things, especially those with adjustment issues. It sounded rehearsed, dismissive. The next day, there was no crying, no trembling. Lily sat still as marble, too still. Raymond approached her seat again after she exited. This time, he didn't find a note. He found a phone, hidden, recording. The video was only 22 seconds long. Lily's whispered voice shook as she spoke into the camera. If anyone finds this, it means he knows. Please don't trust the school. Don't tell my mom. She chose him. She always chooses him. Please, just... A door creaked somewhere in the recording. Her breath hitched. A deep male voice said quietly, "Where's your phone?" Then the screen went black. Raymond's hands trembled as he clutched the device. That night, he drove to the police station. But before he could get out of the truck, his phone buzzed. A known number. A message. A photo. His bus. Parked in his driveway. Caption. Stop. The next morning, Lily didn't board the bus. Not that day. Not the next. Not the one after. The school claimed she was homeschooled now. Raymond knew that was a lie. He kept checking the seat, kept hoping for another message. But the only thing under that seat now was a strip of torn tape. Silent, accusing, empty. Weeks passed. Police finally agreed to check the household, but with no active evidence, nothing happened. Everything faded. The school stopped asking. The route continued. Life pretended to move on. Until the day someone new sat in Lily's old seat. A boy, 5 or 6. Pale, quiet, trembling, and taped under the metal frame was one fresh note. She's still here. Raymond stared at it, pulse thunderous, breath sharp. Someone, maybe Lily, wanted him to continue. Someone believed he could help. But if Lily was still there, what had happened to her while the world stayed silent? And the bigger question, was he the only one watching her? Or was someone watching him now? Raymond didn't wait this time. He took the new note straight to Detective Harlow, the only officer who hadn't dismissed him before. She listened quietly, jaw tight, eyes narrowing as he showed her the recordings, the messages, the photo of his bus. "I believe you," she said finally. "But if this man is tracking you, following you, and silencing the school, this isn't simple child abuse. Someone's protecting him. Her words hung heavy. They launched a quiet investigation. No warrants, no announcements, just slow, careful watching. Days passed, then weeks. Finally, late one evening, Detective Harlow called. "Raymond, we found something." Her voice sounded wrong, tense, shaken. The detectives had gone back to the Barrett property. Underneath the house's crawl space, hidden by padlocks and rotting boards, they found a trapdoor, a space someone wanted invisible. Inside sat a cot, a torn blanket, a small stuffed bear missing an eye, and scratched into the wooden wall with desperate fingernails, "He's not my stepdad." There was more. A symbol carved beneath the words, something like an old crest or family seal. Harlow had seen it before. It belonged to a private group under federal investigation. Quiet, wealthy, deeply interconnected. Missing children showed up in their orbit too often to be coincidence. "This isn't just a household secret," she whispered. "It's a network." Before they could alert the FBI, her radio blared. A 911 call. A fire. The Barrett house. By the time they reached it, flames chewed through the roof. Neighbors stood helpless as firefighters battled heat and smoke. Sirens ripped through the dark. Raymond searched the crowd wildly. No Lily, no mother, no stepfather. Just one figure, sitting alone near the fire truck, wrapped in a blanket, trembling. The little boy from the bus. When he saw Raymond, he stood, walked toward him, and whispered. He said, "If the house burns, nobody looks anymore." Raymond froze. "Where's Lily?" The boy blinked up at him, eyes hollow, far too old for his age. "She left something for you." He handed Raymond a final folded paper, still warm from the boy's clenched fist. Raymond opened it slowly. The handwriting was shaky, rushed, but unmistakably Lily's. "I'm alive. Don't stop." He wasn't the only one. And under it, drawn in black ink, the same crest carved into the basement wall. Then, at the bottom, one final message. "You're on the list now." Raymond's pulse thundered. The fire behind him roared louder. Detective Harlow stepped close, voice low and steady. "We keep going, or we walk away and pretend none of this ever happened." Raymond closed his fist around the note. His answer felt like fire in his chest. "I'm not walking away." The detective nodded once. But the boy tugged Raymond's sleeve, gaze fixed somewhere behind them. His voice was barely a whisper. "Then he already found you." Raymond turned. A dark sedan sat idling across the street. Headlights off. Someone inside just watching. Not driving away. Not hiding. Waiting. And then the phone in Raymond's pocket buzzed. Unknown number. One message. No text. Just a photo. Of him. Standing at the fire. Holding the note. The screen flickered. Then a final question appeared beneath it. Delivered like a warning or an invitation. "Ready to follow this all the way?"